Okay, everyone, I'm trying this for the first time, going live straight away in the middle of the night here, 1 a.m. in Tokyo. I'm reading here the chat as well. So I will be with you to discuss today's news. If you can let me know if my audio is okay, if you can hear me, if you can see the screen, if you can see me moving, because I'm completely by myself. So there is no assistant or aid right now. So I'll rely on the chat. I can type it with you. There's going to be some delay. Okay. I start to see now, can hear you fine. I'm just by myself here. So I'd like to start reading the news together. I think that's a good way to get it started, and then I'll give you my opinion, my comments on the update from Nikkei, and just go with some questions from the chat, and I'll take it from there. Let's see how it goes. So we have, let me open here the news. Okay, so I'm reading with you, and the title: Japan to ease entry for business people, students, but not tourists. So this news is from Nikkei, and if you don't know, Nikkei is the major financial newspaper, and also, of course, a website, business-related, financial-related in Japan. It's a very reliable source. Last year, they are the one that also reported about the borders opening last year in October. So I really hope, again, I'm not a government official, of course, so I cannot say for sure, but I really hope that they have a proper source to say that. And what it says here, Japan looks to let foreigners visit the country for short business trips, study abroad, and technical training in an easing of its strict coronavirus-related entry rules, Nikkei has learned. Tourists are not included in this round. The government is expected to announce the policy changes as early as this week, with implementation to begin this month. So from the beginning, there is actually already 2 dates, one for the announcement, announce the policy change as early as this week. So we won't have to wait too much. I mean, we have been waiting for so long. We won't have to wait so much to see if this news will be official. It's only about by the end of the week. It's Monday today in Japan, end of Monday already. So it's only 5-6 days left in the week. And the implementation will begin this month. We don't know here the criteria. We don't know if everyone will be able to enter, if there will be some criteria. That's we need to wait for the announcement. But it seems that some people, hopefully as many as possible, will be able to enter already from November, which is really good because, it's the early we can get now that we are in November. With the new COVID-19 cases down substantially from record levels over the summer, Japan aims to gradually loosen the de facto entry ban on foreigners that has become a source of growing frustration among businesses, not just businesses, among many people, I would add. Top corporate lobby Keidanren has been among the advocates of more flexible approach. The quarantine requirement for short-term business travelers will be cut to as little as 3 days for vaccinated visitors from 10 days now. Companies and organizations receiving foreign nationals will be required to monitor their activities. Okay, so this is specific for short-term business travelers. They will also have their quarantine cut. The shorter quarantine requirement will also apply to Japanese nationals returning from business trips abroad. Japan clamped down on immigration in January, responding to the emergence of more contagious coronavirus variant. Only foreigners with exceptional circumstances, such as those with re-entry permit and disposed and children of Japanese nationals. I would also add DJs, athletes, musicians. It's not written here, but we know that the exceptional circumstances were pretty loose sometimes, very strict for some people, and not very strict with others. But the past is the past. As of October 1st, among 370,000 foreigners had been unable to come to Japan because of strict border controls, about 70% of whom are technical interns and foreign students. The agriculture, forestry, and fishery sectors, which are struggling with labor shortage, and schools that now cannot accept foreign students, have called for allowing new arrivals. So he's referring to language schools specifically, but also universities that recently have noticed a decline in enrollments, of course. So majority of foreigners basically are workers, foreigners waiting are workers and students. It doesn't mention here families. I know some family visa have already been processed, again, case by case. It doesn't mention people with situation like couples, so they would come with a tourist visa, but they have a relationship or they have, people waiting for them in Japan. So I hope we have clarity on every category with the announcement and a timeline for everyone. Almost there. The eased rules will apply to new visitors. Companies, schools, or other receiving organization will need to report on their infection control measures to a relevant government agency. Tokyo is prepared to impose tighter control quickly if new variants emerge overseas. So this is a very important point here. So we don't want that borders open and close, because to be honest, within Japan was a nightmare. For you guys, has been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare for many people having this sudden border closure in January without any information, any preparation for everyone. Many people were just waiting for April to enter, or even later in January to enter. They just got the door shut in their faces. And I don't think it was a fair move. We didn't bring, obviously anything, you can still keep corona cases down with proper regulation when people enter, like many other countries have done, like Korea has done, many other countries over the world are doing now. So I really hope that they will not use the borders again as a political move to just show that, they're doing something. But of course, this will be also our work to make sure that this doesn't happen again. For now, let's take this as it is. Other countries have gone further in easing quarantine rules. Starting in October, the UK mostly exempt people who have certificate of vaccination from having to take a test before traveling and from waiting for 10 days after entering the country. France and Italy also exempt those who receive the Pfizer or other vaccines from waiting after entering the country. I think here is referring to G7 countries, but I think in general, the world is going to a direction where it's not sustainable to have people to quarantine for so long, especially if they're vaccinated. I think few days quarantine, or possibly, corona, we don't know how long it's going to stay, possibly for many years. You cannot keep having people to quarantine after, you have 80% vaccination in the country, Japan, and the person also going is vaccinated. So maybe Japan will be slower here, but I think the direction is to reduce the quarantine as well. But let's focus on the news on the border. So what I want to say is that this is not an official announcement. So it's not an announcement I was talking in my last video, but it's from Nikkei, which is a very, very reliable source, and also is saying clearly that it will come, the announcement, in this week. So we shouldn't assume that this is going to be 100%, but I think we can possibly look about this week and wait for an announcement that will be affecting, hopefully, students, workers, business travelers. I don't know about families. I hope that also they will be included, of course, and as many as possible they can enter Japan. Now I'm going to check the chat. Sorry, I'm going to start reading from now, because it's that time, and I will be checking. So it's not the MOFA hasn't been updated yet. So that's what we need to wait. I think the MOFA will be updated after the official announcement will be done. So let's wait a little bit. Okay, wait a second here. Okay, sorry, everything froze. Sorry, I should be back now. I had some technical issue trying to figure it out, how to check the chat and also make sure that everything is running. Let me go back here. Let me go back to the chat. Okay, sorry about that. Computer problems, come back. I'm here. I'm not going to leave you. So I'm going to start reading the question from now. So language school students, yes, I think when they mention students, they mention both language students and university students, exchange students, privately funded students. So including also language students. Again, we should wait for the final announcement to make sure who will be included, and maybe they use some criteria. That's we need to see, like who gonna enter first or not. Long-term workers, again, they mention in the article clearly technical trainees and short-term business travelers. I assume that also workers will be included, since only tourists are excluded by that article as well. But we still have to wait for that too. We can start applying for a job in Japan. I mean, I would start anyway. It doesn't hurt. And surely, if you apply now, by the time you get the job and you arrive, since the announcement should come this month, as I mentioned before, you should be okay. So yeah, you can apply for jobs. I hope they will include all students. Yeah, I think they will surely include all students, but the problem is that there are so many people waiting, and I don't think there are enough, for example, PCR test facilities at the airports. You need to have a PCR test at the airport. So it's just my personal thought that there will be some kind of way for Japan to let people come in batches. But this is, please, is my purely personal thinking. So when we have the official announcement, we will see if everyone can come at the same time. I mean, I think everyone wants to come as early as possible. The earlier, the better. So I hope that even if people come in batches, everyone can come this year, for example. They don't have to wait too long. Is the meeting today? I think in the meeting you mean the announcement. The announcement will be done by this week. That's what Nikkei has said. So it could be as late as a Saturday. It happened before. We had announcement on Saturdays too. So it doesn't mean by Friday either. Privately funded student, they should be included. Sorry, I have so many questions and I'm just by myself. Just to remind everyone, if you hear my voice down, it's because it's 1:14 a.m. It's been a long day. I just got so excited about this news that I wanted to talk to you guys. But I'm 100% by myself, trying to see the chat, make sure everything is running. Keep an eye on the video that I don't do anything, I don't show anything weird. I have nothing weird, but just to double check. Let me go back here on the title. But yeah, so please understand, I may miss a lot of questions from you. What happened for students start school in January? If you have already planned to start in January, I think it's a bit easier, because if students will start entering in November, which means students that have been waiting, possibly January term will start regularly, but that's, again, it's just my thought right now. So we shall wait for the announcement. Visa process only 1 week, but I heard last year they need additional documents from schools and needed to be attached when applying for visa. Yes, so this is a good point. Sorry, I drink. This is a good point. The statement from Nikkei, the Japanese one, is not reported in the English one, but Nikkei made a Japanese statement first, which I put on my Twitter. It says that the receiving organization, so it could be the company or it could be your school, will have to make sure that you follow the entry procedure. So there may be some additional document that the school or your company will ask you to sign, prepare. We have no idea about these documents. Last year were simply document to sign, to read and sign. So it shouldn't be anything crazy that you don't have time to prepare, or you will miss your flight because the documents are taking too much time. That's also other people are asking about additional document. Again, we shall wait for the official list. There may be some additional documents required by your school or your organization that has hired you, but shouldn't be things too complicated, just something that you should read, sign, etc. Yeah, you need to have a COE. Yeah, someone is already responding to other questions. Sorry, I'm not able to follow up with all the questions. It's just so many right now. There are so many people online, and I'm just by myself, 1:20 a.m. in Tokyo. So my, I don't know, reaction speed, reading speed is really low. I see one letter by one. Yeah, I just wanted to share this with you because I think it's an important moment after we've been waiting for so long. Johnson vaccine, which is not yet represented by the Japanese government. I'm worried about this. The article didn't mention about vaccination. So although I cannot guarantee that people vaccinated with different vaccines than the one recognized in Japan or not vaccinated will 100% enter, I cannot guarantee because there is no official news. The Nikkei information didn't mention about vaccinated students. It only mentioned vaccine for short-term business travel that will have the stay reduced. But this shouldn't be the case, but we need to wait for the official announcement. Do you guys think, Bastian, you guys think we should start booking flights in 2 weeks? I would wait for the official announcement, Bastian, for two reasons. One, because Nikkei, even though it's a very reliable source, it's not the government, so they may just be wrong. I would say it's very unlikely that they're wrong, but it's not 100% sure. Second reason is because we don't know the criteria. There may be some criteria for when you may be able to enter in November or December or January. The government has said many times that they want to reopen in stages. We are not sure what does it mean. It could be that people will not allowed to enter at the same time. The 370,000 people that are waiting. So please wait that until you know from your school, from your organization, or from the government, and clear understanding on when you will be allowed to enter. Is it open for me as well? It's not open for anyone right now, but I think when we'll open, we should get an announcement this week, as Nikkei has said, announcement this week, and people starting to enter in November. I believe it will be including every country, including also India and other countries. There is not any information from Nikkei that make you think that some countries may not be allowed. However, it says that depending on the level of the virus in each country, they may decide to take action. So, for example, maybe in the future, if some country cases or a new variant is found in some countries, maybe they will stop entries from the country. But this is, again, it's just guessing based on the few words that have been said in this article. Yes, wait for official things, I agree. Long-term students will be allowed, I believe so. From this article, it seems that we are there, but again, let's wait for the official announcement. Working holiday visa, good point. So the article says business people, students, but not tourists. So it seems that workers, students, everyone that is not a tourist will be included. But at the same time, they don't specifically say about working holiday visa. So we should wait for the announcement that should come this week to see which categories are included. We mentioned we always talk on Twitter, Bastian. Don't exaggerate in your reaction. The article doesn't say, no, it doesn't speak about working holiday. No, but I don't think it excludes neither. It says not tourists. That's why I'm saying working holiday holders, please wait this week. It doesn't mean that surely it won't, or it doesn't mean that surely it will be included. Thank you, Osaka Daily Life, for watching the video. Yes, I hope everyone can travel to Japan soon. Of course, we want also people that want to travel to have an opportunity to go to Japan. We know this is going to happen in stage. We know Japan is very slow in this type of decision process. That's why I think it's already a huge step forward that we have some categories possibly included in the entry for November. Yeah, the best. Thank you, Arutina. Good morning. No, good morning. Good night. It's 1:20 a.m. I wish it was morning. I would be much more Genki right now. I'm Genki for the news, but my body, it's already on the sleeping He's already sleeping. So Mashanazwi, this is such a great news. Working holiday was open in the small window last year. Yeah, this working holiday was open together with every other visa last year. So I'm still positive for working holidays, to be honest, but that's only my personal thinking right now. So please, let's wait this week. What's the name of the Discord community? It's called Japan Travel Ban. Let me see if I can do something really high tech here. Let me see. Yeah, I think I can do it. So yes, okay. So that's our community here. That's the English channel. It's super busy right now because okay, there are a lot of meme. I think if you looked at the community yesterday, all the meme were kind of negative because apparently Kishida-san during the at the end of the elections, at the end of the voting on the Sunday, said something really vague. Let me write here. You guys are on my live stream. Yeah, keep it as an app. Yes, Lois. I'm sleepy actually. Okay, so that's pretty funny. Hello, YouTube. Yes. Okay, so as you can see, the community, it's much alive. Definitely, since most of you are in Europe and America, or maybe Australia. I think the Australian one are sleeping, but most of you in Europe and America, you are much more awake than I am. But the name is here, Japan Travel Ban. I'll post a link to join in the chat. Just let me find here. Oh yeah, I see. My brain is still working. That's a good sign. So let me go back. Let me go back to. I'm slow, but I do the right thing. Let me go back to this here, but I also go in the chat, Discord link, so you can all join and say hi to everyone in there. And I'm going back now to the comments because again, I'm just by myself here. No one is reading comments for me or anything like that. So I'm gonna miss comments when I'm not looking to the chat. Sorry about that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tommaso, for your comment. Any cap of number of citizens per day? I think right now, good question from Bagirat. I think for now, the cap is 3,000, but I believe, again, this is my guess. I have to make a lot of guesses. I've been making, reasonable guesses, like, of course, using the information, but still not being sure about the answer in my past videos. But sometimes I can be right, sometimes I can be wrong. But I think that they should increase the cap because it's only 3,000 per day. So if you want to have 370,000 people entering, but you only let 3,000 people per day enter, it's not just that you need 120 days, 130 days. It's not just that, because more people will, while you are letting people in, there's going to be the new people, the January people, the April people. So you never finish the backlog. So I think they can do this simple math, right? So maybe they will start with 3,000. Hopefully they will raise it to 5, then it gets to 10,000, and then it gets, to a number that it allows at least long-term residents to enter. So let's wait for that too. Some Italian here. This is the right time. Questa è la volta buona. Spero di sì. Davide for president? No, please not. I really didn't enjoy those 6 months doing that. It's not what I like. Thanks for your vote, Japarama, but not going to happen. Yeah, good point, TF16. Yeah, actually, I'm doing this for really sharing the pain. And for me, only one day, only 30 minutes of live streaming, which is less intensive than learning a foreign language online. I'm sure that, when you have to learn a foreign language and talk in a foreign language that you're learning, it's much more stressful. So I can maybe just understand a little bit, still not as bad as you guys have to go through. And I'm sure if anyone in the government, had to go through to even a week of, waking up from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m., doing something online, they will just open the border right away because no one can do that. They just don't think about it. But anyway. Yeah, 9 out of 10 has been mentally challenging. We publish on Discord mental health guidelines. Let me see if I can show this because I think that's very important. So I know a lot of you have, yeah, I can open it here now. I'm getting used to this, so I just need some time, but yeah. So you can see here our mental health guidelines, which you can find in the question answer section of the Discord community. And I think I linked also in my last video on YouTube. So yeah, please download from there, but I can show you very quickly. I'm not going to go through this because obviously this is very specific, but basically, you know, we created these mental health guidelines for all of you that are struggling, specifically for foreigners that are waiting to enter Japan. So it's very specific for you and contains certain resources which are good for, you know, taking care of your mental health by yourself, but also links. This is things that you can do by yourself, of course, but also there are links of resources, example of services to call for those countries. But I think every country, oops, what did I do? I think, sorry, I did some, I think every country has their service for getting support. Is very important if you feel really, you know, mentally stressed, if you feel depressed because of the travel ban, because of the current situation, because of your online lessons, to don't be, you know, afraid of looking for help. And there are professional services like the one we linked here from America, Italy, Spain, UK, Mexico. I know you come from all over the world, so please find your local service. In Japan, you have free consultation. I know that, of course, you cannot go to Japan, but just for you to know that even after you come to Japan, you know, it could be culture. You could have a cultural shock. You could find things more difficult than you think. Not everyone, of course. A lot of people, they find Japan a fantastic place to live from the first day, but also it could be challenging, as every other place in the world where you go and live and study abroad. So please refer to these guidelines when you can. And I'm going back to the chat. Sorry, guys. So again, I'm by myself. For everyone that is joined a bit later, it's 1:30 a.m. in Japan. I'm really sleepy. I'm doing my best. I really want to be with you to explain the article, and I did that in the first part of this video. So if you just joined now and you want to see my explanation of the news from Nikkei Asia about Japan easing the entry for business people students, please go at the beginning of the video. And now I'm just going through the chat to reply to your questions before I completely fall asleep. I should go and prepare some espresso, but then I don't really sleep, which is not good. So I still want to sleep around 2 a.m. maybe. The pen, any good news, guys? Yes. You can see in the article that I'm showing on the screen, Nikkei said that there will be an announcement by the end of this week from the government, which will include business people, students, technical trainee, and they will be able to enter Japan from November. It doesn't say that everyone will enter at the same time. And also, Nikkei is a very reliable source, but it's not the government. So we should wait for the official announcement. Don't spam, please. I can put something that is called 60-second delay, slow mode, boom. So I don't have much energy to ban people. I can really ban someone if it's to spam me, but at least now there is a slow mode, so people need to wait 60 seconds before writing, which should be helpful. Speriamo sia la volta buona, Alberto. Sì, speriamo proprio di sì. Let's hope that's the right time. Thank you for the comment, Edelmeister. Yeah, that is going to sleep on the job tomorrow, or I just don't show up, which is even worse. I don't know which one. We'll see. High skilled professional work visa. I believe work visa will be included, since it always been together with, you know, the students and the other residents. I believe so, but we should wait for the official announcement. daily entry cap last year, I don't think we had a daily entry cap last year. So everyone entered at the same time, literally. A lot of people, last year, we had two groups of people, the people that have postponed to April or January. So before, the announcement was made last year at the end of September saying, from next week, everyone can enter. But a lot of people had already made plans to postpone to the 2021, to the year after, so they couldn't enter. They didn't know that the border was closing. So we had that group and the group of people that just entered right away in October. So a lot of people entered in October last year. Of course, you would want that. I don't know what was the, sorry, I'm probably missed some other message. Can people enter with working holiday visa? We need to find out with the announcement. Same for spouse visa, not mentioned yet. We need to find out with the announcement. Okay, so students with government scholarship given by the Japanese government, many of them, I don't think everyone, but most of them are able to enter if the scholarship is given by the Japanese government, like the JICA student, JICA, or the MEXT students. But the private funded students, until now, they cannot enter Japan. And hopefully this week we have this announcement that will say students can enter from next week. All right, by January, I'm just afraid that they can close the country again and stay out again. Jada, you have a good concern. I think after the borders open, one of education.tourism.com, our action will be making sure that the borders don't close again, because that's absolutely a no sense. It's not the reason why the cases go up, especially if Japanese people can go out and in and they only stop students and workers again. It would be terrible. So we will try to make sure that this is not going to happen. But again, yeah, right now, that's a concern, right? Now, they open the borders, maybe there is a new variant or cases are going up. In Japan, what does it do? They don't take care of things internally, but they just say, okay, let's close the border to the new visas. But then everyone else, like Japanese, or even myself, I can go out and in, which doesn't make any sense. So I really hope that's not going to happen. Vaccine, Sinovac, yeah, hopefully they will not discriminate on vaccination. I think first of all, if a vaccine is being recognized by WHO, should be recognized. And second, I hope that also not vaccinated people have a chance, maybe with longer quarantine or things like that. I'm sorry if I skip a lot of questions. It's just very difficult for me to follow everything. It's a lot of you right now. Yeah, either vaccinated or probably recovered. They should be able to do that. I mean, everywhere else in the world, almost, I think they have ways to do that, right? JET, now that they are letting engineering center. If it's JET, you mean JET program? Since JET is a program sponsored by the government, actually JET program teachers were already able to enter Japan. And I know it's very strange, it's very unfair. I don't understand the difference between, for example, a JET program teacher and a private school hired teacher, but one they can enter, the other one not, until now. Hopefully this will be, make it fair with the announcement we get this week. Grazie Davide, prego Giada. It's about compliance, there's no reason for it. Yeah, it's about compliance. What do you mean, Rocco, with compliance? Sorry, I'm starting to get tired and I need a simpler word, sorry. Will language schools be able to recognize to let people in before normal January term? So that's a good point, Alessio. I think if you are an October students enrolled right now in an online course, you should be able to enter. That's my thinking. Please, this is not official. If you are already enrolled in an online course, you should be able to enter. If you are postponed to January, you should wait for the normal January enter. Hopefully with the borders stay open. I really hope so, because in November, January, we are really close. So maybe January students will not enter in November, but late December. How likely do you think, Anton, prego, Matrix, how likely do you think it's for students on board with Google Union to make it for spring 2022? I know you can say sure, but secret. I mean, for spring 2022, based on today's update, yes. The only word is that Japan open and close, open and close, open and close. But I mean, I think this will really hurt Japan first of all. So I hope they're not going to do that. And as much as we can with our actions, we will try to make sure that's not going to happen. Okay, still have some hope left. Please, Mridul 35, don't give up now. At least wait until the end of this week to see what they're going to announce, because yeah, I think we're very close. It's not official, but we are very close. Will they cut the quarantine period for this time? Yume, they said they will cut for vaccinated short-term business travelers. I don't understand why they're talking only about short-term business travelers, because if you cut for, I don't know, a person coming from America, from Europe, that is vaccinated, it doesn't matter which visa they have. Everyone should have the same treatment. So this is really make me mad. But at the moment, is only be said on the Nikkei for short-term business travelers and Japanese people going out and in. Quarantena, yeah, this is for you, Lotordo, to the thing I just said. Sinopharm, do I have to do 14 days quarantine? Until now, yes. So if they don't change that for vaccine that are not recognized from Japan, so Japan now recognizes AstraZeneca, Moderna, and Pfizer, right? And basically what they say that if you have these 3 vaccines, you do only 10 days quarantine. Of course, it depends also on the country. There are some exceptions, but generally speaking, that's the thing. If you don't have this vaccine, you need to do 14 days. So right now, the difference is not much. It's only 4 days. But things can change with this new announcement that they will do this week. So let's wait. Yeah, imagine quitting your job and terminating your apartment lease only for Japan to close border again. That's, I think, what happened to many people last. First of all, happened before March, but that at least there is the excuse that we didn't know about Corona, but that actually what happened in October, January last year. That's what they did. So I really don't want them to do again. Last time, no one was expecting. It was so sudden that we couldn't react. When we heard that they were going to close the borders, it was just like too late to do anything. This time we will try to really lobby and pressure for not having that extreme action to rising cases in Japan. So please do something else. Please increase the quarantine. Please, I don't know, but don't close the borders again. More about different visa later this week. Yes, Antti, absolutely correct. So the information we have now is basically the article, because there is nothing more clear than the article that just came. That's why I made a live now. I didn't make it before, because this article is saying from Nikkei, which is a very reliable source. Let me go back to the article for a second, since I've just read at the beginning. This part here, the government is expected to announce the policies changes as early as this week, with implementation to begin this month. We never had this before. I know the government has always been using words that didn't mean one thing or the other. Some newspaper made believe maybe after the Olympics, but we never had such a clear statement. And again, Nikkei is a huge financial business rated newspaper. Is the one that announced last year the borders were reopening in October. Again, I trust this source, but it's not a government, so we should wait to see if this announcement happens for real or not. I mean, there is nothing else. We shouldn't book a flight ticket right now yet, because we don't even know who can enter in November. There is not an announcement yet. So that's my take on this. Yeah, and I know some university, Kevin, this is really unfortunate. I'm really sorry for all of you. If the borders open in November for real, and some universities told students, oh, if you cannot enter by October 31st, then you need to waste 6 months. We need to study online 6 months. I think that adds really, I don't know, like make things much, much worse, because you could have entered. And so I'm really sorry. Try to talk with your university, see if they can change their mind now that there seems to be an announcement. But yeah, it's very unfortunate that that many universities have already closed their entrance window. They wouldn't get rid of all the workers. The single short-term business, travel, students, work, and technical trainees are being considered, except for tourists. Yes. Yeah. I think JRQ. I think that's the thing. I believe the decision has already been made at this point. They just need to find, decision making in Japan is something really interesting. Maybe I would make a video at some point, but you have the final meeting with the decision makers or whatever is the final group after you have already agreed with each one of them. So if Nikkei is correct, again, Nikkei is a very reliable source. If Nikkei is correct, the decision has already been made with all the details. They just need to have a formal meeting altogether where everyone listens, everyone say yes, so everyone confirms, and then they can make an announcement to the press and to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website, etc. So to get to this point where they already know that the announcement will be done this week, and people will start entering from November, they know already the details. At this point, I'm pretty sure. But of course, they didn't tell the details outside, so I don't know the details, but they know the details. Which is your favorite drink? Okay. It depends, because if I tell you my favorite drink and 41 of you or 100 of you or 400 of you make me drink one, I'm going to die. So I'm not sure. Can I say water? No, it's going to be boring. Okay, Jägermeister. Let's move on. Oh my God, I'm going to die not for sleep, for lack of sleep tonight, for when all of you will, when we all meet together in Tokyo, Osaka, wherever. I think it's going to be a nice celebration. Let me see. Engineering Humanities visa, but Bethel, there is no specific information about which work visa is included, but I believe so. I hope so. We should wait for the announcement. Is the border being open for students? It seems so, Kenthi. If you see the, let me go up again on the article. It says Japan to ease entry for business people, students, but not tourists. Announcement coming this week with implementation beginning this month. This is not official. It's from Nikkei, a very reliable source, very reliable newspaper. So please wait for the end of the week. Would it not make sense to don't let, yeah, I agree. It wouldn't make sense if long-term workers are not included in this. It seems really strange. Moon goes shiny, absolutely. Last year, that's how it went. Nikkei was right. Nikkei is often right because it's a huge business newspaper. So they know, and I think, it's very reliable. And the way they wrote this article is pretty straightforward. They have dates and everything. So last year they predicted opening the borders. They say something like this, and then after a few days, there was official announcement. So that's why I'm making this live streaming. Otherwise, I would not. Hey, Alice, I saw Alice. I can still see names, even if it's almost 2 o'clock here. I'm starting to be sleepy. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Saudo. And Bethel, thank you too. When they allow for tourists too, this is very difficult to predict. I believe next year. I don't know if you in the chat have any guess. I think your guess will be as good as mine for tourists because it's very delicate right now. I hope soon, which means Japan is able to let foreigners in without being worried about the virus and everything. I really hope soon, but it will be next year. Krishna, don't worry. You don't need to tag me or anything. I did what was right to do, and I will keep doing it because it's the right thing to do. That's it. Thank you, Jan, for the comment. The last 2 years before what were the healthcare workers doing the last 2 years before the vaccine? Sorry, I think I missed something in the chat. Sorry about that. Nick is always right. Okay, cool. I don't know what Nikki said, but if you say so, Jäger, yeah, Jäger. Jesus, I need 5 livers then. Yeah, I'm so scared right now for what's going to happen. Axel, thank you for the comment. How do you think they will prioritize visa application? So if you just want to speculate here, so please don't take my words as anything more than just a person like you that is just thinking and trying to speculate on the news we have so far. I think, for example, in case of students, if you're already enrolled in October term as an online student, you may be able to enter, because at the end you are an October student. For workers, if your work can start, for example, right now, you can enter. If your starting date has already been postponed next year in April, you know, some companies only hire once a year, maybe you will have to wait. This is a way they could prioritize. Another way is with vaccination. Nothing has been said, so it's just my guess. I don't know if we prioritize vaccinated entries. I don't know. This is something that I'm really looking forward to find out this week. Isashi, thank you very much to adding beer to the Jaeger, which always make funny outcomes, I would say. Bottle of Jaegers. Okay, now we're talking not in shots, in bottles. Okay. This is getting really alcoholic, this conversation. I know it's 2 a.m., but I need an espresso, not Jaeger right now, if I want to keep talking. And Kevin finally talk about the German website. We're talking about Jaeger, German website. No, okay, so it's a serious thing. Of the month, I just posted the following. This application is very legible, really? Translate German for us, Kevin. You can only write, I know, because there is a limit of 60 seconds now. So we're gonna get an update from Kevin every 60 seconds about what's written in the German website for MOFA that apparently has some updates. Rossi, thank you. I love Indonesia. I love Jakarta. I love Bali. I've been there a few times. Great place. Traffic in Jakarta is terrible, but everything else was amazing. I hope this holds until April, Garnett. I cannot guarantee, because it won't be my decision, but I can swear we will do everything we can to don't have this border closing again, because that will be terrible. We don't want to go. You don't want to go. No one wants to go, through this again. So again, it's not our decision. It's not my decision, of course, but everything that is possible will be done to avoid this to happen. And what about January student? Let me see if I can make this. Can I make this bigger by any chance? No, I don't think so. Sorry, what about January students? January students should be entered, late December, very early January. Hopefully how do I say this? The border open and they stay open. That's my strong hope in here. And where is Scratchy? Scratchy is doing the right thing. He's sleeping, and I think I should join him at some point very soon. He's gonna kill me if I wake him up now. If it was the day, I would have brought him. But Japan loves doing these announcements like at 10 p.m. They work late for sure. I want to try to do one thing here. So I'm gonna stop looking to the chat. Sorry, it's gonna look really weird. But how do I do that? No, I don't think I can do it. I wanted to find a way to make my little face a bit bigger, but still keeping the screen there. But I don't think I can, or it's too complicated to do right now. Yeah, okay, I'll give up. I'm enrolled since October too. What is Scratch? Yes, Scratch is sleeping. Good for him. No, you don't need to send me any super chat, any money, anything like that, please. Like, it's super fine. But of course, thank you. But no worries. Kevin, where is Kevin? Right, I miss Kevin now. Kevin. Oh, Kevin spoke. Spousal. How many times did you update? No, okay, second time only. Kevin, we are all waiting for you. Spousal child, the Japanese national professor structure. No, don't use German, because you have a limited amount of characters. Only use English. Otherwise, it's going to take until 4 a.m. I want to go to sleep. Please contact us. That's it. Okay, so he's saying, Kevin is saying basically, visa application with certificate of eligibility. So he doesn't, he mentioned only spouse, professor instructor, right? Kevin, please let us know what's going on. Dependent is it's kind of family visa. Well, no, dependent here. Okay. Okay. So basically, Kevin, are you sure? We need to wait 60 seconds for your reply. But Kevin, are you sure that this has been updated today? Because it could be something updated. German MOFA, sure, visa suspended until further notice. Working visa suspended until further notice. Okay, so it's always the same. Yes, Badan. You will probably have to enter according with the quarantine requirements. But for example, already now, for many countries, if you're vaccinated, only 10 days of quarantine are required. So I think with the new policy that will be announced this week, hopefully, we will know also how long you have to quarantine. And then how early you should come. So this will all be clear in a week or so. So there is no point in making any guesses right now, I think. Hope English teachers can go too. Yes, Ethan, it will be very, I know many English schools owner or managers, and they are struggling like crazy right now to get teachers. So it's really hard in Japan and Japanese companies. But yeah, Kevin, sorry, I don't know what is included in the Benedetto. I posted the website. Okay, someone make a translation for the German MOFA. But yeah, so I was saying that they're really struggling here, companies like English schools, English conversation schools, because there are no new teachers coming. There have not been new teachers coming probably for a year and a half, right? And of course, they can hire internally, but the number of teachers internally is very limited. And every school now is trying to hire teachers internally, but they're not enough. So as you can imagine, as a situation, it is not sustainable. I mean, it was just a matter of time that Japan had to open the borders, if not for you guys waiting for Japan itself. I'm going to Akamonkai with Gogonion in January, waiting for the borders confirmation. Eduardo, I really hope to see you soon in Japan, end of December, early January. Engineer specialist in humanities for English teachers, let's hope we can go. Yes, Ethan. Los Angeles Japan Embassy Institute Pass dependent medical visa are the only ones being issued right now. So I think Robert, and also maybe what we have on the German side is not the announcement, because it would be very strange if the German MOFA and the Los Angeles Embassy update before the Japanese MOFA is updated. So I think that's basically the news until now. SAMI structure, spouse, medical visa, the nurses, they could enter Japan. This not for every country, I think depends. For example, spouses, I know some countries are still not allowed, but some other spouse and dependent visa were allowed since a couple of months ago. Structure could be like JET program, like government funded organization structures and things like that. And medical visa, I know that the nurses are going to Japan. So I think is not related to this new update. Hopefully this week we'll see the Japanese MOFA site updated, and then all the international MOFA sites updated consequentially. In which date Japan government allows students to enter Japan. So the announcement, Max, should be done this week, and the date should be in November, but we don't know the details yet. So maybe not every student can enter at the same time, because only students, there are under 48,700 students waiting to enter Japan. It's so many to enter at the same time. So they may have some criteria. We don't know the criteria. No sleep gang, yes. What time is KEU air? KEU air. What time is over there? Because here is 2 a.m. So I'm pretty asleep. What about cultural visa for like internship? Hopefully cultural visa, which was part of the residence track last year, will also be included in this update. We should wait. Oh, Nikkei is a believable website. Yes. Axel, yes. Nikkei is the largest financial. You can go on Wikipedia to find information about Nikkei Asia, but it's the largest. Nikkei basically is the largest financial information website and newspaper. And Nikkei Asia is their, English speaking website, and it's a reliable source. In fact, last year, the first newspaper and the first website saying about the borders reopening was Nikkei last year. So hopefully that would be also this case. Yeah, we don't know about the vaccine. I know that there are worries about Sinovac and the other vaccines. Let's hope that that's not going to be a problem. Hey, Roman from our Discord chat moderation. I hope that vaccination would not be mandatory because number of countries, yes. I think the fact with vaccine is not just vaccination, yes or no, is also that many vaccines that are given abroad are recognized maybe by the WHO, but not recognized by Japan. So we are worried that there will be a discriminating factor. I hope not. I hope maybe only the quarantine will change, but still people are able to enter Japan. Konbanwa, lots of love from the top of the world, Nepal. Hey, Zain. Love to Nepal, to you and to Nepal too. If you open a website, it's written in English and German. The information on CA has been updated today, it says. It says post of Japanese national, professor, independent. Okay, Kevin, thank you very much. Thanks a lot for that. I think the link has been blocked by YouTube, some setting, but I'll make sure to check the German MOFA site and see if that already include this announcement or not. I'll check it tomorrow because I will do some mistake today. I'm pretty tired. 2 a.m. here in Tokyo. Sauro, I'm going to Kofu in January with Gogo Nihon. Do you think the courses, the boot will be at the second week of January? I think the schools will start regularly. Yes, the schools have been starting regularly, because until now, a lot of students couldn't come, most of them, but they still had their online classes and they started the term every 3 months. So no problem for the start. Hopefully you, like everyone else, will be in Japan. Bastian, thanks a lot for your support. I know you've been very, many of you, Bastian, but many of you have really helped a lot in sharing our actions and everything we've done in the past months. We started actually in June, so not long ago, but thanks to you, we could really reach so many people. And I think that helped a lot to speed up relatively, because it took very, very long time. But I think without all your support, without all your help in sharing and participating in our live events, we could have not probably reached the government and the media like we did, and maybe we would still talk about when the borders will open and when there's going to be an announcement. But now, finally, we got to that point. So I want to thank Bastian, but also everyone that has helped and contribute. Liam, also from the Discord community, is here. Just heard the news, exciting stuff. Another student waiting. Hopefully we can all meet soon in Japan. Talking about the vaccine here. So will they stop with these only English native speakers? Ik in Japan, what do you mean? I don't understand. I'm not an English native speaker, so I'm with you, but I don't understand what you mean. I'm going to hangover myself. I love you people. Have a beautiful day. Nice. I envy you, Axel. I cannot even hungover now because it's 2 a.m. So I don't think it's a good idea. Researcher visa hopefully will be included. Famida hopefully will be included. We should wait for the announcement this week. After this, there are going to be people who won't leave Japan for years. I believe so. I think one thing I know, that everyone that is going to enter, all of you have gone through so much. You didn't give up. You've been waiting. You've been really doing so much that you strengthen yourself, and you're really gonna get the best you can from your experience in Japan, because everything you went through. So a single, oh, my room is too small, or I don't know, these things that could cause some problem of complaints for you is nothing. Like, you've been waiting, some of you 1.5 years, some of you didn't even, had to take online lessons, online classes at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Still you are committed to go to Japan. So I'm sure that everyone coming here will be very much successful in Japan. And I really wish you to be here for a long time, if that's what you want. Of course, some of you just want to stay here for 6 months, 1 year, go back to their countries or go to another country. That's fine too. But I wish for everyone that really wants to stay along to be able to do so. Thank you, Maria from, oh, Maria. Now I'm the one at 2 a.m. At least for once, you have a normal time and I'm at 2 a.m. Waiting 20 for work since July 2020. Daniel, it's been a long wait. I really hope you can come in November or December. Yes, thank you, Roland. Thank you for your support, Roland, as always. And yeah, I'm sure that all the work we've done together has helped a lot to reach this point. We cannot say it's already done because, as I said at the beginning of the video, this is not a news from the government, but it's from a very reliable source. So we should really be excited about it. I hope PewDiePie will be able to enter as well. Yes, I think he's happy now. If you saw the news, maybe he's in the live stream. He's watching secretly. He didn't respond on Reddit though. Leaked email from Pfizer talking about hiding this from the public. Okay, I don't think we should start talking about these things, but let's see how this conversation goes. I don't know who wants to be the first. On 4 November, it will be 400 days since I was supposed to start my company, Alice. Yeah. Okay, going to say party in Tokyo. Yeah, you should definitely give it back. 400 days of consecutive party in Tokyo sounds good. Sounds much better than 400 days waiting. Yeah, but guys, I think I know it's a lot of you here, so I don't really want to end it, but my brain has already ended in the sense that I'm partially asleep. I'm just reading and just talking. I don't even know if I'm making sense. Please let me know if I'm making sense, first of all. But I mean, it's great for me. I wanna say again once more, huge thank you for all the support. I mean, many of you I recognize from YouTube comments and from Twitter and from Discord, and being a student of Google Nihon, or even if you're not a student, of course. But I think we've been talking a lot these months, and I'm sure there's going to be still a lot to do. I don't think this is we want to see the announcement. We want to make sure that everyone really can come to Japan, and we want to make sure that the borders are not closing. So there is still a lot to do, but until now, I want to say a huge thank you for all the support from the very first day. Many of you not even knowing me, because I didn't even have a social media account. I just started with the border thing. They really supported with our online events, with the questionnaire. We collected over 1,000 answers with the questionnaire, and then so many of you have participated to the YouTube live stream. 5,000 the first one, I think over 8,000 the second one. And generally speaking, you really helped to get to this point where we have been listening. I was personally able to talk with as I said also in my video, to 15 people of the parliament, talking about the issues of the borders. Of course, they knew it, but at the same time, they could see how many people were affected. They could understand that people were going to cancel to go to another country like Korea, for example, Taiwan, for example. So we were able to say those things, that G7 countries were all accepting students, only Japan was the one on accepting. So we were really able to give to them this clear concept. Very much thanks to all of you. So I want to say, while I'm ending this streaming, huge thank you for all the support. I'm still gonna need your support in the next hopefully weeks. It's not going to take too long, but we may still have to have our voice heard, and we want to make sure that the borders won't close after they open. And for all these things, just please keep following, keep liking the videos. I really appreciate, of course, to see the support. Really motivates me and make me also happier and more motivated to go on. And it's 2 a.m. and 5 minutes. I start to don't make sense. I'm drunk without drinking Bastian Jägers and everything else. Yeah, espresso machine now, absolutely. But I want to sleep. I want to sleep happy. And huge thank you to all of you for being so many watching. Maybe when we have the real announcement, from the government, since there will be a lot of details to discuss. We will be having another live stream, or I will just make a proper video update with all the details. But a huge thank you for staying with me at 2 a.m. I'm ready to sleep, and I'll see all of you in my next videos. Matane, bye.